Okay, so here you can see Phu Wiang just in the distance there. Got a lot of mist over the top today as it's raining, which is not too bad for the middle of May. Is it May? Yeah, it's May. And as you can see, it's quite nice, quite pretty, and I can see 1, 2, 3, I don't know, maybe a dozen buffaloes just walking around there, enjoying the cool weather for once. Oh cool, have a couple of moths here, I can see 3. Let's try and see if we can get a nice photo of them. Ah, that one's a scared one. I don't know if you can see them here. Let's just try my luck. Ah, there's a problem, I see. Not today, just a trial and error. Ah, there's a problem with that. Cool little thing there. Kind of moth. I'll look at what it is when I go home. He's got 2 friends there. Bird. What's going on? Flying face. Good morning, or alright, if you come from Manchester where I'm from. Today I'm just going for a quick test of my equipment. I've just got some new equipment. And I'm sorry, I'm just getting bitten to death by horseflies, or deer flies as you know them in America. And I'm just going down. Oh dear, they're so bad. There's so many of them because it's wet. I'm just going to walk down now. It's got a little stream at the bottom of here. And this is the bottom end of a very small national park in Khon Kaen province, northeast Thailand. And it's one of my go-to places just for local hunts. Generally it's just for butterflies, moths, a few birds. Not so much at this bottom end. This is quite quiet, and actually it's quite precarious today. But if you come at the right time of year, clearly I've come at the wrong time. It's just been raining heavily, and it's we're going to get full of mud today, but never mind. I don't really care about that. I've seen much worse. So I'm just going to walk around. I've got all my camera gear, as you can see. I'll talk to you about that another time, not today, but I'm just giving it all a test, and that includes this GoPro. I have just bought a GoPro, the first one I've ever owned, and I'm just going to go and get into it now. As you can see, the stream is it's got so many rapids, you can't move. There's no way I'm going to cross that. So scary. Slash, there's no water in it, but never mind. This is typical. It's always like this until the true rainy season comes in the next couple of months. But even then, it doesn't really flow as such. But the problem is I've got today now is because of the rain I've had this morning. Sorry, I'm just blowing a big horsefly off my hand. So I've got one camera in one hand and a GoPro on the other hand. I'm struggling quite a lot really. I'm trying to work out a way. I'll come back to the stream later. Hopefully it's brightened up and it does bring out the butterflies. So I'm just going to walk up here anyway and just see what happens, whether or not I see anything really. It doesn't really matter. But let's see, shall we, what we can find. Another one of those moths. They're the only thing that seem to be everywhere. Huh, never mind. Let's just keep going. It's a nice little place anyway. You get very few, if any, people ever coming up here. And it's quite nice, as you can see. It's quite green. Nice little, it's always uphill. Even when you come back, it's uphill. No, I'm joking, but it's good. I've not got any microphones on. This is straight onto the GoPro today as a test, really. I'm just going to see how it goes. So let's just walk up. Just keep going. Not sure what I'm going to see, if anything. In fact, I'm quite confident I'm not going to see anything today. Apart from possibly a few more moths and hopefully a few butterflies and stuff, a few bugs. It's a little bit late in the day anyway for birds. but I'll try and stay till this evening. There's another one of those moths. I'll work out what they are called and put them in the description or wherever. Yeah, it's quite a nice little walk, this. A few nice plants if you're into plants. You know, not many people come here. Ow! Ah, horseflies, they're everywhere today. This is not a good thing. Quite often when I get bitten by horseflies, becomes infected, swells up massively. Yeah. It's not so good, but never mind. What can you do? Okay, so now moved up a little bit further up, and it's still exceedingly quiet, hence why I'm not really recording very much at the moment. I expected it to be quiet, but I've been here in May, June here before, and it's teeming with life. But because we've had such rain, quite heavy really, everything's being very wise, unlike the idiot that I am. So let's just see where we get to. As I said it's only a trial really, a test, a practice of my gear. That includes a new GoPro 11. I've got the creator edition, but unfortunately I can't really use that today with the weather being as it is. There's a little moth. Very shy one. Let's just see where we go. And got a few bits to go with that. I've got a headset. What's it called? The headstrap, which I used initially with the GoPro, thinking that would be fantastic taking my photos, but failed to realise that the flash on my camera would completely block it. I've also got the chesty, which I haven't tried yet. That's really for next time. So today's just about really walking up, getting out there, starting again, because I'm hoping to do this a lot more this year. I've had many people asking me why don't you do more, why don't you do this more? Well, it's about money really, because I've had to work. Now I am taking a year out from teaching, and hopefully I can get into it more. So I'm very out of breath, which I am. I'm not very fit at all, that's for sure. Take 5. To be honest, before COVID, I was going out semi-regularly, 2-3 times a month. But again, because I'm a teacher, everything has to be within driving distance that day, which kind of limited me to 2-hour drives one way. Maybe 3, but mostly 2. So I ended up going to the most commonly visited places by me, and I what's that? God, I've got to stop talking. It's hard walking and talking. I'm going to be rambling a bit at first as well. I need to get used to myself videoing. I need to get used to myself walking and talking and trying to take photos, video everything. It's very difficult. I don't know how I'm going to do this yet. I can see a few bugs moving now. It's stopped raining for a bit. Wow, it's quite steep this. But I am very unfit, so it's another excuse to get out, I suppose. So I'm going to be making many videos this year of all the places I visit, and I hope it's many places, weather permitting, finances, I can't even speak right now. I'm getting absolutely bombarded by deer fly. Don't know if you can see that. There's a hell of a lot of bugs emerging there. All coming out of there. Wow. I think they're termites. I don't know if you can see that. That's quite amazing. Yep, they're termites, definitely. It seems to be emergence time. Wow. That's a lot of termites. All emerging at the same time. Let's go and find somewhere new to destroy. Hundreds of them. Okay, a little bit further up now. There's a few bird sounds I can hear right now. I actually heard a blue pitter, which they're not the rarest of birds, but they're absolutely incredibly beautiful. I've only ever actually seen one, no, two, three I've seen, but you generally hear them but don't see them. Hopefully I'll pick it up again. There's a few butterflies turning up now, a few other things, ants, whatever, but most things other than that. Incredible emergence of millions of termites, which I hope to have caught very well, but it's difficult. Let's see where we get to. It's just nice walking up here, really, to be honest. Get out of the house for a day. Just nice being quiet and walking, and letting you listen to the sounds of things. Ooh, I can hear rumblings of thunder in the background. Not the best. I don't know what that is. Chickens? I don't know. I don't know what that is. It's not something I hear often. If anyone knows, let me know. Huh. No idea what that is, still. I hope I picked it up. I don't know how good this microphone is right now. This is, as I said, the GoPro microphone. I have invested already in a Rode microphone, which obviously will enhance things, but it's is it directional when you go straight forward, which I've already noticed is not good for when I'm talking when I'm behind it, so that's not great. Another bird, I don't know what that is. As you can tell, I'm not really up with my birds. If my brother was here, who will be coming on many trips with me, he will know far more than I do. Well, there's a nice little thing. don't think he's very well. He's maybe dead. Is it? Yeah, sadly. You can see the size of him. I don't know why he died, but they do. Nah, but you can see he's a good size. It's a bit much bigger than that, but that's a nice little millipede. That, fortunately, very very shortly, it will become food for the ants, which I've seen many times. I've seen ants dragging them this big right away across the path. Well, it's a shame, but as is life. Still not much to report, but I've seen quite a few tiger beetles. They're turning up now. I think there's 3 or 4 species. There's one just there then. You're probably not going to pick them out with this GoPro. They're quite stealthy. They just stick to the ground and move along the ground, and they're actually very difficult to even spot with the naked eye. There was one walking then. At the top end of Phu Wiang, I've seen I think 5 species. Here I've seen I think 3 so far, maybe 4. So hopefully I can find that 5th one. 1 or 2 butterflies are turning up now, but still very quiet. So I'm hoping that I'll see a bit more, but we'll see. There's no rush. So I'm just slowly getting back into it, slowly getting used to my camera gear. Remember, I'm using a GoPro for the first time. I'm using my Canon, my new body for the first time, and this is the first time I've been out since maybe March. I don't know if you can see that one, just at the end of the mud there, just a little tiny brown thing. There we go, there he goes. I can hear quite a strange bird in the distance. Not the one you can hear going doom 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 doom. That's a coppersmith barbet. I'm trying to pick up the sound of the other bird, and it's not singing now. Let me just listen. There. He went do 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 do. Anyway, here I am out in the wilderness. Got my beautiful hat on. Don't have this on, you did burn to death in 5 minutes. I can still hear that bird. Do 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 do. Don't know what that is. Could be something interesting. I'll have to ask my brother. There it goes again. But anyway, I'm just having a 5-minute rest. It's actually killing me. This is far more difficult than I thought it ever would be. And I'm interested to find out what that bird is. I don't know if this GoPro's picking it up. If not, then I'll have to get my Rode, which I'll do, Rode microphone that is. I'll do that later. But I can distinctly hear it. Anyway, I've said I'm not going to have a shave, so that's why I look really scruffy, until I actually get going properly. So I'm thinking after this weekend, hopefully I can start doing things, start getting out there properly. Today, as I say, is just a test, so see what happens. Not sure if you can see this little guy. Can I see him? There he is. Much smaller, another millipede. Much smaller, but so much more beautiful. It's nicer than brown. Not small, but let me get him for you. It doesn't hurt him. Come here. He'll curl up in a little ball. Come on. Much smaller, but you don't even see those colours. Are beautiful. I've taken some nice photos anyway. Yeah, nice little thing there. I can't quite remember his name, but it's very, very distinctive with his red legs and his red head. Let's let him go. Here you go there, mate. And I want to get out of the sun as quick as he can. There he goes. Off already. He knows I'm not a threat. See you later, mate. There you go. There you will see. Looks like little nuts or something, all clustered together. It will be a civet pool. Okay, we've moved along a little bit now, and as you can see, the trees have kind of changed a little bit. It's a little bit drier up here, not as much life. I've said that there wasn't much life down at the bottom today, so no excuses. A little bit earlier, some butterflies started showing. Still a few tiger beetles knocking around, but it is just incredibly quiet. To be honest, I expected to see a few butterflies and everything, but not much else really at this part of Phu Wiang, which is basically an hour's drive maybe from Khon Kaen city. So I will I'll carry on a little bit more, and then see, even the trees are still quite dead at the moment. They'll start coming back to life. Just starting to come to life now. My brother in England hates it when I call the trees dead, but it's what I do. Anyway, I'm going to carry on a little bit. I'll rejoin you if yeah, it sounds like something on the trees. Never mind. Cool. Not sure what species it is, but it's a little viper. It's only small. It's in a lovely position there. Look at that. Let's go right out there. Oh, it's starting to rain quite heavily now, so I don't want to ruin my gear. I just had the highlight of the day seeing a little snake, so I think that's time to call it a day. I'm going to make my way back now. See you on the other side. Anyway, I'm back at the car now, looking as beautiful as ever. But I'm going to give up now today. It's just constantly been raining all day long, and it's actually getting worse. Thunderstorms coming in. Nearly got killed by a tree falling over. It's not been the best. Here it comes. Anyway, let's call it a day. Let's see what happens on the next one.